Well, it's not just alcohol abuse that's increasing. Police Minister Bheki Cele says South Africa has seen a hike in crime levels in areas where COVID-19 infections are on the rise. Cele addressed police officers today. Slindelo Masikane following that story for us. She joins us live. So, Slee, has the rise in infections had an impact on policing?
Certainly, Shahan, it really has. The minister actually highlighted today when he was addressing the officers at the Carousel Plaza on the N1 highway that what they're seeing with the crime levels seemingly is correlating with what we're seeing with the rise in COVID-19 infections. So the rise in crime levels is happening in the epicenter here in Gauteng, in the Western Cape as well as the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. So where we are seeing the high numbers of COVID-19 infections is where we are seeing criminals basically taking a chance and doing what they do best by ensuring that they're disrupting law and order. So what the minister was saying is that this has had an impact on policing, and that it does seem as though the COVID-19 infections within the police force as well. We're seeing over 5,000 infections as well as 36 deaths that's having an impact on them. Now, you would understand that as frontline workers, police officers have been on the ground since day one of the lockdown. So this is also, of course, taking a psychological impact on them as well. And so he says this address today to them was essentially to encourage them. Let's just take a listen to what he said around the infection rate.
Of the South African community, and society, you can't separate us from the rest of the people. We are not going to say that because police they suffer, they are battling. They have no option, the police. But while 5,000 of them have been infected, almost 2,000 of them have survived and they've gone back to the duty. I think it's only 600 as we speak that are in hospital. So, but we work hard that they get what they're supposed to get, their PPEs, and then do all the best, the support that we're talking about.
Quickly, Slee, what's the minister saying about the rise in crime levels?
Well, the rise in crime levels, Shahan, he didn't want to go into detail around why the levels of crime are increasing. We know that he has attributed a lot of that to the resale of alcohol, but he says that the reopening of the economy has certainly had an effect on this. Let's take a listen.
Gauteng has become the new epicenter from Cape Town, and Eastern Cape is one problematic area in KZN. Those are the same places where the crime is. Those are the same provinces where the criminals want to run amok. But up to this point, I'm very happy to say we have not lost the sight of our core function to say that we are dealing with this criminality, with these criminals. So I call on you to continue to decisively deal with both armed and unarmed enemy.
And what's the minister's message to officers?
Well, the minister is telling officers that they need to essentially hold the fort, that they aren't only fighting the coronavirus pandemic and crime, but also the brutal killing of women and children. We do have a gender-based violence pandemic also taking place in the country. Also saying that when it comes to criminals, that they should not retreat, but also to be cautious when it comes to dealing with members of society. Let's just take a listen to what he had to say.
No member of the force must die with a gun in your hand. When criminals engage you, when criminals they declare war against you, you must make sure that we don't pick up your dead body, but it must be off your criminal. I'm not going to withdraw on that. I'm not going to, but do that within the law. But when you deal with the population out there, remember to be professional, speak to them, work with them in a more softer way. But that does not mean that when you see the criminal, you laugh. You don't. When the criminal shoots you, there is no photo that comes out of there. So you have no business to smile with the criminals.
Thanks for the update, Slindelo Masikane.